What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we have some urgent news for you guys regarding two important industries that Austin and I are very large proponents and fans of. That being cryptocurrency, and Austin being a huge fan of the UFC.
MMA, yes. Mixed martial arts.
We are very happy to discuss with you guys today UFC partnering with VeChain. And as you can see on screen here, it says VeChain becomes first official Layer 1 blockchain partner of the UFC. So Austin, right before we go into what VeChain is, tell us, what's your first thoughts about this? What do you think of when you hear about VeChain becoming the first official Layer 1 blockchain partner of the UFC?
I think it's a pretty big deal. I mean, is VeChain partnering with the UFC, or is the UFC partnering with VeChain? Which one is it? I don't know.
That's a good question. That's a good question.
But it's a big deal. You know, we've seen the UFC kind of pushing out into this crypto space very aggressively. They've been very proactive in that space. We see, you know, crypto.com plastered all over the octagon, all over their website, all the media pages. And, you know, the UFC is really diving into the crypto world. And we're seeing that, you know, showcase itself even more here with now not only an official crypto exchange being sponsored with the UFC, but also an official Layer 1 blockchain. And it turns out the UFC chose VeChain. And I think it's super interesting. I think it's a big deal. The agreement or sponsorship or what have you, I believe it's for $100 million.
Yes.
And I believe we should probably figure out who's getting that money.
That's a great question. I believe the UFC would be getting that money just due to the fact that they will be promoting VeChain. But
correct.
This is a partnership, so I'm sure that it's mutually beneficial for both sides. Before we go into the specifics of the deal that went through, I would like to just quickly explain to you guys, for anybody who's not familiar with what VeChain is, what it is. And if you are not familiar, I have a video on my channel about VeChain. I'm a huge fan of it. It's in my portfolio. Austin's also bullish on VeChain.
I'm very bullish, yeah.
VeChain is a blockchain platform designed to enhance supply chain management and business practices for businesses of any kind. And the metaphor that I like to use is you could track a bottle of wine from the vineyard it was picked all the way to the time it got to your door. Or, you know, just think about that for quite literally anything. You are able to track something along every single point in the supply chain process. And to me, that is amazing technology, which we need now, especially in a world that is facing supply chain issues. It will allow us to more accurately pinpoint the issues in the supply chain, but also enable a little bit more transparency for consumers. I'm a huge fan, if you can't tell. But in order, and how they do that is VeChain, the company behind it, utilizes radio frequency identification tags, which is what they use to track everything and relay it back to the blockchain. VeChain is run on a distributed ledger technology, and everything is stored on the blockchain. So I'm a huge fan of it. It is a buy token system, but we don't need to get into that. If you want to know more about VeChain, get into the video that I have on my channel. I'll be sure to post it in the links.
Read the white paper.
Yes, read the white paper, absolutely. Do your own research. But that's VeChain. So Austin, take us back. What are the specifics of this deal?
Yeah, so if you guys want to find the official press release, just go to VeChain's Twitter. I believe it's official VeChain on Twitter, something like that. If you type in VeChain, you'll see it. They're verified. This is the official press release right here on Be in Crypto. But it's rather long and kind of talks around some points a little bit. So we have this wonderful article over here on CoinDesk that kind of just, you know, get down to the point of kind of what's going on. So under a multi-year agreement, and I'm reading this part right here, VeChain will have the rights for official UFC fighter rankings, providing visibility across live broadcasts and the UFC's online presence. VeChain will also have a branded presence inside the UFC's octagon during their annual events, such as the pay-per-views and their fight nights, as well as the Dana White Contender Series events. So, you know, essentially every single event that goes on with the UFC, you're going to see VeChain plastered everywhere, right? Both on your screen, broadcasting on television, on their website, as well as in the octagon where the fighters are actually fighting, right? So I was saying to Logan, we might see a bloody VeChain logo, right?
We definitely are probably going to see
people are going to be throwing fists, right? You know, well, VeChain logo is right beneath them. So, you know, if somebody gets hit hard, we could see some blood on the mat and on the VeChain logo. So I think it's
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool that they did that sponsorship. I'm just a huge proponent. I'm very proactive in seeing crypto just get adopted in general. And, you know, I'm a big mixed martial arts fan, so I think this is super, super cool. The only thing I don't think is cool about it is that this just does seem to be kind of a sponsorship deal. There's nothing actually happening, or, well, it seems like there's nothing actually happening with the utility that VeChain offers, right? I don't think anything like that is happening.
The only thing that I could see was that they are tracking the fighters' stats on the blockchain, and when you do see the UFC's fighter stats presented on TV or wherever you watch it from, it will say powered by VeChain under the fighter stats. So that's all of it that I know that's being incorporated so far. But this is a multi-year deal. I know that it said that. So there will most likely be a lot of project that they go into.
More stuff.
I know that they said they want to collaborate on some fighters' digital presence. So we'll see what happens there. Maybe some NFTs of some kind incorporated with VeChain. I don't know.
The UFC already has NFTs. The UFC is like very with it with crypto. Here's the UFC NFT. You can buy stuff right now. And they're sponsored by Crypto.com and VeChain. I mean, the UFC is all about it, man. They're all about it. Kudos to them, man. They're doing business right, in my opinion. They're getting. It's like you either adapt or get left behind. And I think a lot of these major businesses, whether they be sports or whatever, I think it's only a matter of time before they start to really move in the right direction and kind of adopt these things, because they will get left behind. And I'm very happy to see UFC kind of leading the way with crypto adoption. I think it's super, excuse my language, I think it's super badass. So
it is super badass.
Yeah.
So,
sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it is estimated, and this is not including piracy, but this estimated should be around 900 million more people per year seeing and being familiar with the name VeChain. So, that is a lot of people, and including piracy, I would guess that is well over a billion.
Let's round up. Round up.
We'll round up to a billion. A billion new faces that will be able to see VeChain every single year, which is amazing. I think that could do some wonders for the project.
Yeah, I think it's going to be super, super cool. Bringing it over here, they haven't implemented anything yet. I'm not sure how long it's going to take for them to, before we start seeing a VeChain logo on the website. This is the current UFC rankings. Whether or not you care about who's on these rankings, that's besides the point. I think it's pretty cool. I'm really into the UFC. I'm actually going to a UFC card very soon, so I'm excited.
He is really excited. He has not stopped talking about it.
I'm also excited to see the VeChain logo here up on the UFC website. So super cool. I'm looking forward to it. Before we conclude here, I just want to take a quick look at the VeChain price. VeChain is currently up 10% or so on the day, 9.5% after this news came out. And, it makes sense. Nice little pop from VeChain. It could keep on running. We'll see. But yeah, I'm a big fan. And I think, honestly, that if you're bullish on VeChain, starting to dollar cost average around these prices, I don't think is a bad decision to make. The UFC obviously sees something special in VeChain. I don't know why we wouldn't either. So,
no, absolutely. Cool. I'm still adding to my VeChain portfolio. These prices that we're seeing are great. I think 3 cents is going to be looked at and laughed at in a couple of years.
Yes, it probably will be. And just a quick reference to that, right now, VeChain is currently number 32 on CoinMarketCap.com. Probably going to be a little bit different depending on where you look. I know Coin Paprika will consider more things in the top 10. Like CoinMarketCap, I kind of have a hard time. They don't show hex in the top 10 or whatever. So the real number is kind of iffy for where it actually stands, but it's a very large market cap project, right? It's in the top 50 for sure, top 40. And it has over a $2 billion market cap at this time. So could VeChain someday see ridiculous numbers like a $30 billion or even a $50 billion market cap? Absolutely. I think VeChain has a lot of room to grow, and I think this is just the start for VeChain. So I would be very shocked if this project failed in the short term, even the midterm. I think it's going to be one of those projects that we kind of see stick around for a while in this space. So as far as I'm concerned, I think it's a good investment. I think they're making the right decisions, and I like to see my worlds collide, cryptocurrency and mixed martial arts. I think it's awesome.
Hell yeah. Well, we'll see how this news progresses. I'm sure we'll do another VeChain update in the coming weeks. We may even add a video to our crypto series about VeChain, because we haven't done it on this channel yet. We will see how it goes. I'm very, very excited. And Austin, thank you again for joining us.
Yes, sir.
See you guys.